Hey everyone, today I am going to record the first in a series of videos that I'm going to do about how to do blog topic planning for software development blogs or tech tools companies that target software developers. And the first installment in this series to help me get up and running is going to be mercifully easy, and what I'm going to do is show you how to get a little bit of data around who searches for what and how often on Google, and to do it in a much easier way than you might think. Like, you might have heard that you can go into like the Google keyword planning tool, which you can do, but that's kind of high friction. And this is a really, really easy way to see how many people are searching for terms on Google. So if you were to search for, and I just did this, something like, is Java better than C#? Like, if you were anything like me a couple years ago, you would have absolutely no idea how many people per month might have been searching for that. It might not have even occurred to you to wonder, or you might just assume, I don't know, probably a lot of people. But we're going to look at getting a little bit more precise, and believe it or not, you can do that pretty easily. So if you go and do this search, one thing you can look at here is that there's no like really exact matching of this in the search engine results here. There's this guy, so is C# better than Java on Quora, which is close, but it's not the same thing. So apparently nobody's asking this direct thing. And so that makes you wonder, okay, so how many people maybe do search for this? And what I'm going to show you now is how to go about finding that exact thing out. And the way you do this, it could not be simpler, is that there is a plugin called Keyword Keg. It is a Google Chrome specific plugin, and let's see, they've changed their site and expanded their offering a bit. Enough said, show me. So it's not quite the same as, this is a preview of what it's like, but I actually want to install the plugin. So this is where actually you can see this if you just go to their site, app.keywordkeg. Is C# better than Java? Or no, I did the other. Is Java better than C#? So this is going to spit back some results here after a minute that'll tell me how many people are actually searching for this term. Is it 1 million a month, or is it, hey, it's 0. Now, I've been doing this a lot, so I could have predicted that based on what I was seeing in that first search engine page, but it's interesting to put a figure that, like, it might surprise you that nobody's searching for this term. Now, I should say, these tools that do keyword estimation are not always exact. You would weigh a lot of them relatively, but if a tool like this is telling you that nobody searches for it, there are probably 0 to some number slightly greater than 0 searches per month for it. So you would learn that this is actually not a search that you want to target with a blog post necessarily, at least if your goal is to attract people through Google. Let's go back, and I think maybe it's under tools. Well, let's do this. Keyword Keg plugin. That might help. Yeah, there it is. This keywords everywhere, Keyword Keg. So you just add it to Chrome, and yep. And I forget if I have to reload it or not for it to start working. Let's take a look. So now, is Java better than C#? Let's try that again. And you can see here, there is no search volume for this. This is where Keyword Keg is telling you what's happening, right below the search bar here. And then also over here, people also search for it. Now, let me relaunch the browser, because I think what's happening there is, I don't know if I have to close all open Chrome. Sorry, I'm opening this in another tab, but I think what might be happening there is that the plugin isn't fully loaded, because usually this guy is populated. Let me actually kill off all of my Chrome windows that are open, which is a lot of them, and relaunch Chrome altogether, and we'll see if that does the trick. Oh, come on. So let's take a look here, and let's just search for C#. That should have a lot. Okay. Is it not on? Ah. So this is important. I had forgotten about this part of it. I thought it would just kick back in with me loading it. I wonder if I can enter my existing one. Anyway, it's worth noting, please set your API key. I don't want to generate one. So I actually have an API key. What I'm going to do is pause you here and go out of band and grab that. Alright, sorry about that. Now I'm back. I'm going to blur this out, but I'm going to paste in my key, click validate. Now I get that the API key is valid, and let's see what happens this time. There we go. So now you can see that we're getting some results here. About 7,480,000 people a month type in C#. So you ought to totally optimize for that keyword because I'm sure you'll rank. Sorry. It looks like this is not populating quite yet, but let's see what happens. Is Java better than C#? So let's go back and now, yeah, this looks more like what I was used to. So you're seeing here that this is 0 per month. And that in and of itself is useful because as you start using Google a lot, you'll find it really interesting if you're anything like me to just see what people search for. But more recently, this plugin has added this. This didn't used to be here. And so what they're doing is actually showing you similar sorts of keywords that have actual volume. So let's see what it does. C#, is it going to load them for me? I don't know, that might be overwhelming it or something. Let me see if I type in something like C# string, maybe you'll get it there, but nevertheless, oh yeah, so there you go. And this kind of helps you see what it is that that people are searching for that is related to this. So this happens to be a pretty good keyword, at least in terms of volume. There are other ways of evaluating keywords. I will get into that in future videos. But the idea here is we want to start with the basics in this series, and you can just see, you know, what the search volume is. So if you do this kind of in everything you're searching for, you know, I want black shoes, so you can just kind of get a feel for what the search volume is on all sorts of keywords, and it's really kind of interesting. Looks like a lot of people search for Nike. So you can kind of go down this rabbit hole and start to figure out the collective human psychology of the internet in a way that it probably has never occurred to you before. You probably used to make a lot of assumptions about what people would search for, and you might be surprised, especially with some of the shorter keywords, what it is people do or do not search for. So that's it. If you have any interest at all in blogging and attracting organic searchers, which means people searching through Google or search engines, I highly recommend that you get yourself this plugin. It is really a game changer. So happy Googling now that you have some more data at your disposal. And that's it.